Now, what type of relationship do you prefer? Are you someone who's like wanting to be in a long term relationship? Or are you someone that likes to just have a fling or a grab and go kind of situation? Kidding aside, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. My channel is called Sheila Sparkles, and today I am going to actually somehow give you an advice, or this is my Hermes guide, shopping guide, what to do and what not to do at Hermes, and also what is my experience and how did I get offered a Birkin or a Quota bag. And I love to talk about fashion, luxury, and lifestyle as well. So please do hit the like and subscribe if you love this type of topics. Let's dive in. First of all, I cannot stress enough how important it is to choose or pick the right SA. For me, right after I've moved countries. So I used to live in New Zealand and then I moved to Australia here in Melbourne. And coming from a smaller town where there's no like luxury boutiques and everything was purchased online, I was quite scared, to be honest with you, going into these shops. No one goes into these shops feeling like all confident and like, I'm so fabulous. So it really boils down to knowing what your values are, and that be the best version of yourself. And I'm not just talking about Hermes, but like every day in life. You would love to be treated, do unto others like how you would like to be treated, treat others similarly, you know? So it's very important that you treat everyone with respect, because again, that's what a healthy relationship is about, treating everyone with respect. And I really, really, the most like I've got really bad taste in my mouth with those rude people like in the restaurant, and they become like rude to the servers. I just don't understand it. It is so unnecessary in my opinion. So yeah. And yeah, so therefore it is very important to choose the right SA. And choosing the right SA will then determine if your journey is gonna be, quite dragging and like painful, or if your journey is gonna be like my journey, which my journey was amazing. It is flourishing. It is such a blessing, I would say. It is to find the right SA is such, it really, really makes the experience top notch. Like, to be honest with you, if you find the right SA, all this like videos about bashing about Hermes, how I didn't get offered the bag, how it can be, quite daunting to go to their store, everything boils down to having the right SA. And what I meant by that is also, aside from being a kind, trustworthy SA, but also a senior SA, I would like, not that I would like avoid casuals, but it's like if you're a casual, worker there, then you might not actually be, you don't actually like the brand, or if you work casually at Hermes, then maybe you're just there for the short term, like, to provide an extra money for your, I don't know, for school or something. So I would highly, highly suggest finding the right SA. And one way to find out if that is a senior SA, but like seeing how they know about the brand. For example, when I first got introduced to one of the SAs, in a different boutique. So I live in Melbourne, so there's two stores here, two boutiques, luckily. So then I picked and choose which one. And then the other one, I've noticed like the SA wasn't quite sure where the stocks were coming from. So from there, and then there was a lot of uncertainty in what he was trying to say. And he kind of like lured me like purchasing something that I didn't like, and I just could not, I just, you need to have a feel of who are you talking to, and that you need to have actually a good time at the shop when you are there. So what makes or breaks this experience is actually the person that is serving you. So that is very crucial, guys, is to find the right SA. And yeah, like Sheila, how do you, because I receive all this, like, like messages from people like, oh, I shop where you shop as well. I still haven't gotten a bag. Like, like what did you do? Like, how did you approach your SA about it? At first, when you actually present yourself, you just don't say, when you meet someone, are you gonna say, like in any types of relationship, are you gonna say, oh, do you have something for me? Do you have a Birkin? Do you have a Kelly? Do you have a Constance? Do you have a Kelly Ellen? You don't just like say all these types of bags that are very hard to get, but rather you show her that you are actually, like your personality, and that personality of yours will stand out to your SA, and then she will remember you later on. But of course, it's not just about finding the right SA, but how do you actually develop a relationship, Sheila? So one way to develop a relationship is to actually shop regularly. Now, what do I mean? So, shop regularly. Oh my gosh, I do not have the financial capacity to shop regularly. Well, guys, actually, Hermes offers not just bags, shoes, belts, scarves, but they do have other things that are not as expensive as all these other, high ticketed items, such as like other non-quota bags. I would say shop at the makeup. Look at the makeup section of the boutique and look at the perfumes. Look at the other items that are quite affordable, such as they don't really say it, but they do sell soaps and like bathroom products, such as, what did I get? Hand creams and soaps, and also like perfumes and makeup. They are not that pricey, and you can definitely get on that range. You can get a variety of things that you would actually, that you love. But then again, you must love what you buy. And how do I know, if you're a first time Hermes customer, how do you know which one you like? Go on YouTube, guys. That's what these reviews are for. Do like, like I'll link it up above my video of like my top items to get from Hermes. But yeah, I like, like explain to you like what are the products that I love and that I absolutely, absolutely adore. And such as this ear cuff, like you have to actually love what you get. Otherwise, you're gonna get buyer's remorse in the end. So pick items. And one way of doing this as well is not just doing research, but actually looking at the Hermes online shop and scrolling in. There's actually a filter there that says sort by relevance, like high to low, like they'll show you like which items are the cheaper ones, and if you've got a certain budget. So it's very user friendly, like the online Hermes boutique. But do not buy online, because that will not, that's not gonna work towards your goal of getting your dream bag. What I would say is go to the shop, and I hope you do have a shop near you. So there's two shops near me. I live in the city, and one shop is actually a kilometer away from me, but I decide to go to another area here, which is a shopping center, where there's actually, it's quite far away from me. It's like maybe 45 minutes or 50 minutes away from me, but I still prefer to go to that shop because my SA works there. I still visit the city shop, and I've actually got a friend there already. He recognized me because he was like, oh no, I remember you, because I love to browse, guys. I'm a professional browser, so online and also like in store. So yeah, I digress. Let's move on. So you need to shop regularly, and I wouldn't say every week, but at least I would say every 3 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, or even just once a month, you have to keep the fire burning. Like if you have a relationship, just imagine having a romantic relationship with your partner, or your husband, your wife, or just imagine, do you not see them that often? Like if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, like you want to see them as often as possible, right? And it should give you like this nice sensation, like I'm so excited to see this person. And that's exactly how I feel about my SA. And the only reason why I haven't shopped recently is because my SA is actually on a holiday. So there you go. So yes, so at least try to go at least once, every 3 weeks, or once a month, 2 to 3 weeks, or even a month. And then the most important thing, as Hermes is actually, there's a lot of beautiful things at Hermes, that you need to actually set a budget of what you are willing to spend before you go to the shop. To be honest with you, I have just been, I didn't really set a budget. But I would say, for people who are, like if you have like really big financial goals, and that, you're not a shopaholic like me, if you go to the shop, then you should actually set a budget. Well, I'm only gonna spend this much at this, and these are the items that I love because I've already researched them online, and then I'm gonna show my SA, so that you know as well what the prices are when you get there, because it's quite embarrassing that you go to any luxury shop, and then you don't kind of know like roughly how much it would cost for this. Just imagine going to the till or in the cashier, paying for the product, and you're like, just whoa, I did not expect it to be like that. So just set some boundaries, or like set like a financial allocation for all this shopping that you are about to do at Hermes, and stick to that. Otherwise, you don't want to have the buyer's remorse, which I felt a lot of people get from Hermes, and that's why they're quite like feeling sick, like, they didn't really like this product, but their SA offered this to them. And yes, do not get everything that your SA offers you, because I think that's the beef of people buying things and then later on reselling it, and then Hermes finds out that you've actually sold it to someone. It just gets so messy. You are not in it for the business, guys. You're in it because you love the items. And if you're planning to do this as a side hustle, then I don't know, like it's not really the end goal of shopping. I don't shop at the brand to resale it, if that makes sense. So, and I know Hermes is really, really anti-resellers, because look what happened to the bags now. The violent like snatching of the bags. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be in that position. And yeah, that's the main reason that I only take my Hermes bags, like especially my Birkin. I only take that out when I'm actually with my husband, or like I'm in a group of friends. Like I feel more secure, and that area is quite like, it's quite a nice area, if that makes sense. But yeah, so don't it this is a very like it's a long journey, guys. So if you're only in it to get the bag, then yeah, I guess I've said it before in my videos, but I think it's best to go on the resale route, because you will end up hating this journey, and then you will be quite sour about the whole shenanigans or the whole experience. So might as well just get it from the reseller if you are not willing to spend money on other products, such as jewelry, such as shoes. But I love them. Like, look at me, I'm wearing Hermes pieces. That is what happens when you love the brand. You will wear Hermes everywhere. Like, my ear cuff, like I've got loads of shoes in the background. I've got loads of scarves and other products. And yeah, so you cannot treat it as a casual relationship. It needs to be a long-term relationship. And you need to find the right SA. And don't be afraid to switch SAs as well, I would say, because it's quite important that you get along with your SA so that you will have a really lovely like shopping experience. Yes. So again, treat this as a long-term relationship and not a casual, fling. Like what I've said earlier. Learn to actually, like the word loyalty. I know it's not very, like people say, oh, what do you mean loyal? I have the money, like this and that. I feel like people who say that, it just gives me the, yeah, it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. So yes, those are my shopping guide. And another tip as well is dress appropriately for the occasion. I know this is just shopping and it doesn't have to be like wearing a ball gown or anything extravagant, but try to wear nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was shopping in Hermes, and this is my observation from the other shoppers who are actually also carrying like Birkins and Kelly around the shop, is that they dress quite nicely. And even if I'm not going to Hermes, I always dress kind of like girly and like, like I love to smell nice. I love, to be clean. Like, like I love going to shops and dressing nicely because it will not only boost your confidence, but it will also create this because you want to let the SAs know that you are a good representation of the brand. And I actually get a lot of compliments from SAs whenever I enter a boutique. Like, wow, you look so good, like where is your this from? Like, you're wearing it really well. And not just from my SA, but from other SAs. And I think I do dress quite girly and quite like I like to show some skin, but not like super to the point of like be yourself, guys, but wear nice clothes. Or even if it's not designer clothes, like iron your clothes. Don't like you have to look the part of an Hermes customer. Or even when you go to like Dior or like you go to other shops or Louis Vuitton, you kind of like they kind of like gauge like what you look. And I do believe that how we dress reflects who we are. And that if you're a simple person, then that's fine. A black shirt, black pants, that will also really work really wonders. Just make sure that you are tidy, if is that even a word. But yeah, most people that I've seen who owns the bags are, they're wearing kind of like not like out there clothes, but like clothes that are modest, but also how do you say it, like just clean clothes, like that they have taken the time to put this outfit together, if that makes sense. Now I'm not saying that you have to be like dressed in all designer, or that you have to change the way that you look. No, not like that. Like if you like the casual vibe, the sporty vibe, I've also seen some customers wearing like sort of like an active wear, but not active wear that doesn't flatter you. Does that make sense? Like wear something that flatters your body, but not too out there. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I think it is a non-judgmental place, and you do you at the end of the day. If you want to wear, if you're from the gym and you're going directly to Hermes, then if that's how you roll. But I normally I love going to the gym, and I only wear my active wear at the gym, and I don't really like to wear it outside the gym, if that makes sense. So, yeah, but that's just me. And these are all my opinions, guys. And this is for entertainment purpose only. And I hope it gives you an insight on how I got my Birkin, and what are the things that I think are helpful. Because definitely when I was living in New Zealand, I watched loads of these videos like Hermes like guide, what are the do's and don'ts to like going into a luxury boutique, and I find it really really helpful, and it gives me an insight, and in the end I did get a bag. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it was really really fun for me to like reflect on what actually went through my brain when I went to Hermes. But yeah, I will currently, just to give you a bit of a background, what I'm currently up to. We're actually in the process of buying a house and like looking for a house and buying a house, a property here in Melbourne. And also, honesty goes a long way with your SA. So I told my SA from the get go, like the start of this year, that, I am going to be buying a house, and, I might not spend as much. I didn't say it like upfront, but I said, oh, I'm buying a house this year, and I really, I can't wait to like show you the house, like, show you some pictures. So I might not be visiting the shop regularly. And I think it's very important, because a healthy relationship is when you are open and honest to the individual. So I'm honest with her, like, give her a hint that I'm not in the position to be buying like, like a massive amount of like this and that, like, a bag. So I think she understands that as well. And that just reflects that these are my life goals. When I was in New Zealand, I used to be a homeowner, and now I'm renting in the city center. I am in the thickness of the city, like I am in the city. So I'm literally 1 kilometer from an Hermes boutique. So yeah, so it just boils down to, open communication, and she's understanding what my position is right now, and that I cannot be just splurging here and there. So it actually helps a lot as well. And it just makes me like be thankful that I have her there. And then she's like, oh, she even mentioned like, hopefully, I get a house soon. So I cannot wait, guys. And I think I might do a video as well if we ever are lucky enough to secure a house that we love. Because here in Melbourne, if you didn't know, it's quite expensive actually to rent in the city. Well, I'm very lucky to have a 2 bedroom house, or like I'm in an apartment, but this apartment is like, it's so gorgeous. It's not that big of an apartment, and I feel like I'm still home. Like, there's so many trees here. Like outside my window are like trees galore, and I love that. And hopefully this house that we're gonna secure, there'll be so many trees, because I just love trees. I love those heritage trees, like, when you drive into your street and then you see trees. Yeah, anyway, I'm getting off the topic, but I hope you did enjoy this video. And I'm sorry if I'm so chatty, but yeah, if you've watched this far, please do like and subscribe, as it really helps my channel grow. And until next time, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.